What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, with another edition of When, Where, Pick, and Dare, where I pick games for the various games that are occurring tomorrow. Whether it's football, baseball, basketball, basically whatever games I want to pick, I will pick them. With all that being said, on with the video. MLB, New York Yankees versus San Diego Padres. So Padres have a 47.9% chance to win, and the Yankees have a 52.1% chance to win. This is at New York. And for pitchers, the king for the Padres has an ERA of 2.09 and a whip of 1.01. And Smith for the Yankees has an ERA of 5.52 and a whip of 1.43. So definite pitching advantage for the Padres. Home field advantage is with the Yankees. That's a big deal, especially with how the Yankees have been hitting this season. You know, home field advantage is very big, and their hitting's pretty good for the Yankees. But I think the pitching for the Padres gets them the win over the Yankees tomorrow. Chicago Cubs versus San Francisco Giants. So the Giants have a 35.3% chance to win. Cubs have a 64.7% chance to win. This is at Chicago. For pitchers, the Verlander for the Giants has an ERA of 4.38 and a WHIP of 1.3. And Reeve for the Cubs has an ERA of 1.46 and a WHIP of 1.05. So yeah, that's a significant pitching advantage for the Cubs. And with that and home field advantage, I think the Cubs are gonna beat the Giants tomorrow. New York Mets versus Arizona Diamondbacks. So the Mets have 47.2% chance to win. The Diamondbacks have a 52.8% chance to win. This is at Arizona. And for pitchers, Pearson for the Mets has an ERA of 3.06 and a WHIP of 1.36. And Gallen for the Diamondbacks has an ERA of 4.93 and a WHIP of 1.3. So, Pearson's is a little above 3, Gallen's is a little below 5 as far as ERA is concerned. Their whips are pretty close, so I think the pitching advantage is definitely with the Mets. Not as big as the two previous games, but Mets had the pitch advantage, and Mets played very well this year, unfortunately. And while this is at Arizona, they'll have home field advantage. I think the pitching advantage gives the Mets the victory over the Diamondbacks tomorrow. Seattle Mariners versus Oakland Athletics. So both teams have a 50% chance to win this game. Yeah, literally exactly 50-50. Yeah, so this is at Oakland for pitchers. The Hancock for the Mariners has an ERA of 6.62 and a WHIP of 1.75. And Springs for the A's has an ERA of 4.98 and a WHIP of 1.43. So neither one has like a good ERA, but it's in the favor of the A's by like about 2. So so a little bit of a pitching advantage. I think it's a decent pitching advantage for the A's. Both, I mean, the ERAs are not good for either one, but still in the favor of the A's. So with the pitching advantage and the home field advantage, I think the Oakland A's are beating the Mariners tomorrow. NBA. Golden State Warriors versus Minnesota Timberwolves, game 1. So this is the second round game. And so the Warriors have a 45.9% chance to win, and the Wolves have a 54.1% chance to win. This is at Minnesota. So, both teams played very well this year. You know, yeah, they were able to win their series. You know, Wolves beat the Lakers, Warriors beat the Rockets. So they both seen who makes it to the next round. So with this being at Minnesota, I think the Timberwolves beat the Warriors tomorrow. Cleveland Cavaliers versus Indiana Pacers, game 2. So the Pacers are up 1-0 in the series, and they have a 39.5% chance to win. And the Cavs have a 60.5% chance to win. This is at Cleveland. So yeah, Pacers got a big upset last week, the last game. Yeah, I mean, man, I was not expecting that to happen. So yeah, you know, if the Pacers pull off their upset, maybe, but I'm not betting on that. I think with it being at Cleveland, I think the Cavs tie up the series and win this game. College baseball. Clemson Tigers versus Coastal Carolina Chanticleers. So this game is, at Coastal Carolina. So I don't think that means much as far as home field advantage goes. There's probably more Clemson fans there than Coastal Carolina fans. Yeah, you know, Clemson's number 9 in the nation. Coastal Carolina's 14. So yeah, this could be an interesting game. It's midweek, so a lot of their worst pitchers would be pitching, tomorrow there. Since it's midweek, they don't care as much. It's more weekend games. You want your really good pitchers. So yeah, I think with Clemson possibly having a larger fan base show up than Coastal Carolina, and you know, with how good Clemson's played for the most part this year, I think Clemson beats Coastal Carolina tomorrow. Louisville Cardinals versus Vanderbilt Commodores. So Vandy's 11th in the nation, Louisville's 20. So this is at Louisville. So the Whistler will not be a major role, if any role, in this game for Tel Vandy. So home field advantage will be in favor of the Cardinals. And I think with that, I think Louisville beats Vanderbilt tomorrow. Alabama Crimson Tide versus Georgia Trojans. So yeah, another midweek game. Alabama goes to Troy. So it's an in-state game. It's in Troy, Alabama. So yeah, Alabama's 23 in the nation. Troy is 19. Yeah, it could be an interesting game with it being midweek, with it being at Troy. Not that that means much. I mean, I think like with Clemson, Coast Carolina, I think there's gonna be more Alabama. I think there's gonna be more Alabama fans show up than Troy fans. So I think home field advantage is gonna be with that more so with Alabama than with Troy. So yeah, I'm picking Alabama to beat the Trojans tomorrow. And that's it for picks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my picks. Do you agree with them? Do you not? If you have different picks, you can put them in the comments. But other than that, please like, subscribe, and all that. Thank you for listening, and look forward to the next video.